Welcome to the opening round of the Boys Division III state playoffs. We're here at Seymour Middle School with the number 11 Seymour Wildcats coming in at 14 and 8, taking on the number 22nd ranked Weaver Beavers at 10 and 11. Welcome to Project Purple Sports. I'm Zachary Gersner, and I'm here with.
Dino Varelli, Zach. I think I'm unmuted. Yeah, I'm good, right? Yeah,
Yes,
we're good. All right. So welcome. We're in a new gym this year, but a gym that we saw a lot of action last year here because the Seymour High School gym was not available last year for boys and girls basketball. So excited to be here once again, Zach, for the CIAC Division Three state basketball tournament here. We've got the Weaver Beavers coming in from Weaver. I was talking to the assistant coach a little while ago. It took about an hour and 10 minutes to get here. They are here. They're in the house. We've got a good one for you here, Zach. And for those tuning in for the first time, as I said, I'm Dino Varelli, and I am the founder and CEO of Project Purple. And some of you might be wondering, well, what is Project Purple Sports? Well, it's an exciting initiative of Project Purple, which is a Connecticut based nonprofit organization that empowers the fight against pancreatic cancer. Our unwavering commitment is fueled by our pursuit of raising awareness, driving crucial research, and providing aid for patients battling this disease. Since our founding in 2010, we've been leading the charge, pioneering advancements, and bringing hope to those affected by pancreatic cancer. We're committed to making a real impact in the fight against pancreatic cancer. Our initiatives include research funding, patient support, and community outreach. Our results speak for themselves. We understand the toll pancreatic cancer takes on individuals, families, and communities, and we remain committed to fighting this disease until we live in a world free from pancreatic cancer. To learn more about Project Purple, visit projectpurple.org and make sure to follow us wherever you are on social media. Together, we can create a world without pancreatic cancer. Zach, we've got a minute to go. I think they're going to, I don't know, I don't think they're going to start early because usually they're pretty good with this. They'll start at 5 o'clock on the nose. This is different. We've got a weekend tip off. Project Purple Sports is a really cool initiative that we started a year ago, streaming high school sports throughout the state of Connecticut, really throughout the region. We've gone up to New York, but we have teams all across the country raising awareness. And we're excited. This is just another way for us to spread our mission and also to support student athletes with our mission of a world without pancreatic cancer. It's been a really cool year, Zach. We've done fall sports, which was a first for us. Now we're into the state finals here for Division Three. We'll be in Fairfield on Tuesday for Division One for the boys with Notre Dame Prep and Class L for the Notre Dame Prep girls. So we're excited. We've got a lot of basketball still to play this year and possibly more. So make sure to subscribe to this channel and make sure to follow us on Twitter as well, Project Purple Sports on Twitter, where we give updates on where we'll be the day of or leading up to. So, Zach, we might be pausing here for the playing of the national anthem before we go into lineups. I know it's always different wherever we go.
yeah, it seems like they're going to be doing the spiel of the sportsmanship and then get into the national anthems, and then we'll get into the lineups. And we'll also preview a little bit between these two games, the matchup we're expecting, as well as halftime. We'll talk about the entire Division Three bracket. We have some stuff ready, and we'll look at Seymour's path to get back to the quarterfinals and get back to, I think they play at, Dino, where'd they play in the quarterfinals?
Last year, they lost to SMSA out of Hartford, so they're hoping to get back there. I know this team the year before got to the state semifinals where I believe they lost to a Berkshire League team, Zach. I don't want to speak out of line, but they made it to the semifinals of that year, or the quarterfinals as well, but losing to a Berkshire League team a couple years back. So they've had back-to-back quarterfinal runs here. So and last year we had a great game here against Fitch. These officials are actually from the southeast part of the state, and they've seen Fitch a lot. So I was talking to one of the officials, and that game last year, Zach, was we had the shot heard around the state. um, so that was an amazing game that we were able to do. That was actually our first. I think that was our first playoff game ever.
Yeah, because I don't think Seymour had to play in the opening round last year. Oh, maybe they did. I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit different this year. So the first four teams, the top four teams, got a bye. They're recognizing someone here. I forget. Or maybe it's just the two student athletes. So, all right, so we're going to pause here as we play the national anthem.
All right, so we're gonna meet the starting lineup for the Seymour boys basketball team, and then we'll meet Weavers.
Senior captain, Robbie Carfiello, number 2.
Senior captain, number 10, Joey Carviello.
Senior captain number 4, Shane White. Nobody in practice could guard me.
Logan Hamilton, number 0, senior. Shane cannot guard me.
I'm Jake George, number 11, and I'm the center.
Joe Carfiello, head coach of the Seymour Wildcats. This is my 22nd year as the varsity coach.
So I do want to make a note. There was a late scratch to the starting lineup. Logan Hamilton will not be starting. Brandon Calabrese will take his place. We were told that he had a technical in the loss against WCA, and so Coach Carfiello has made the decision to have him sit to start the game, and they'll be going with a lineup of George, Calabrese, White, and the 2 Carfiellos. So Dino, I know you have Weaver's lineup for us.
Yeah, so for Weaver, we've got Isaiah Burrows, sophomore, number 11, Therese Maldonado, senior, number 21, senior, number 33, Elton Tomlinson, junior, Nasir Wright, number 4, and a senior, number 2, Avion Womack. So, Zach, Weaver is a historic program. I don't know, I did some really good research here, and Sean Bell is the head coach here for Weaver, but their first game was 100 years ago, back in 1925 versus Hartford Public, which even goes back even further. One of the oldest high schools in the country, Hartford Public, but they've won 7 state titles, which is wild. I grew up here in the state, and Weaver was a perennial powerhouse when I was growing up, in high school basketball. Their first title was in 1956. Their last was in 2015. They won Class Double L, which back then, back in the 80s, was the biggest, 88 through 86. And one of their graduates, a 2016 graduate, Keandre Fair, he's got 2,005 points in the state of Connecticut. He's one of the top scorers ever in the state of Connecticut boys basketball. So here we go. We got a tip. Looks like Weaver.
It's going to be Seymour basketball here.
Yeah. So Weaver comes in, Zach. I know, last year they lost I believe, in the state semifinals for Class 4. They did move up to Class 3. They lost to eventual champion Innovations, who's a team in their league. But they come in with a very storied career in terms of basketball here. 2-3 for Weaver.
Yeah, they're playing a very aggressive 2-3 defense, getting out, and White will try a 3. No good. Rebounded by Calabrese.
It's a good sign if you're Seymour on the backboard. Carfiello throws it away. I don't know if that was deflected there.
It looks like it was, but that'll be a steal for Elton. So Seymour is also matching up with a 3-2, and that'll be a deep 3 on the way. No good. That was
Weaver
Womack.
gets the rebound, but stepped out of the bounds. So we're 0-0 here, a minute down almost.
Yeah, both of these teams kind of average around similar scoring and similar team defense. However, Weaver is 2-6 on the road.
Zach, I did see something online. So Weaver had a game that did not count turnover there again by Seymour. Kind of uncharacteristic early here. Maybe a little bit tight. Nice take there by Weaver. Just can't make the mark there.
It's his rebound.
Right with it. Misses. Tomlinson off the miss. Got the rebound. Zach, so Weaver only has 19 games played. Off the mark. Womack, speedy guard. Like he traveled there almost. Just can't make it. Ball's on the ground. You know, Zach, seniors here, for Seymour, they've got 6 seniors. This could be their last game. So, ball's been on the ground a couple times. So you got to get out on the ground for that with loose balls.
Robbie Carfiello will try a 3, and that'll go down. So finally, someone breaks the 0-0 score here. It'll be Robbie Carfiello with a 3 to get on the board. They're going to have a 10-second. That'll be 10.
Yeah. So I was going to say, Zach, we've seen this. We've done Seymour a lot this year. So checking into the game for Brandon Calabrese, another senior, Logan Hamilton. But we've seen, Seymour's defense leads to their offense with that press to get that 10-second count. So good sign there for Coach Carfiello.
And I also think Coach Carfiello saw enough of having some issues with ball handling and get Hamilton right back on the floor. Kind of give some spacing with shooting as well. He's going to get it stolen by Weaver. Weaver's playing great defensively.
Almost stolen back. Joey Carfiello with the steal there. Robbie Carfiello dribbling up, Zach. He's going to take it to the hole. Two white players there for Seymour, white jerseys. Looks like that foul's going to be on Nasir Wright, his first, Zach.
Yeah, I'm wondering, because Seymour doesn't play in this gym often until they get to the States. If they're having some adjustment issues, you like to talk about depth. Is George would bank in the first free throw. And also, there's just a lot more space. Probably throwing off some of these shooters early.
George misses the second. Shane White Jr. is in there. Looks like he stepped on the line, but able to get his hands on the rebound, but just not able to secure and stay in bounds. So this also gives Seymour the opportunity to set up in the zone press, this 1-2-2 here. 4-0 here.
Oh.
Yeah. That's going to be, is that on Wright?
I think that was Womack.
Yeah, Womack. Zach, I wonder, playing on a Saturday is very different for these student athletes. Both teams, there's no advantage to either team, but just tough pass there. That's 2 turnovers by Hamilton. Womack will get Weaver on the board. 4-2 Seymour. 5 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
Yeah, both of these teams look a little bit slow to start here. It's been very sloppy.
Kids aren't used to playing on a Saturday night. Zach, they're probably used to doing other things, right?
Carfiello. So both Carfiellos with a 3 here in this first quarter. That was Joey.
7-2 Seymour here. Weaver gets it over. Press coming, but Womack steps out of bounds. Looks like we're going to get a sub here for Weaver.
Coach Bell does not look happy.
So number 10 into the game, Nate Lazzardi, sophomore.
He's repping the purple shoes, Dino.
Gotta like that. Ooh, good block there. Was that Tomlinson on that block, Zach?
Yes, it was. He got up there. mid-range.
Gets the rebound. Tomlinson's kind of been disruptive here the last 2 plays down the line. Deep 3, air balls. Wright tried to save it, but back into Joey Carfiello. He's going to drive. Ooh. I was going to say that's a tough out there for Tomlinson. Try to block that.
Yeah, Joey Carfiello is going to go to shoot 2, and actually Weaver is going to get ready to bring back in
Maldonado.
Jairus Maldonado.
I think
I
it's
don't know.
Tyrese Maldonado.
It looks like a J in my book.
Yeah, it's a Tyrese.
No, I gotta rewrite this.
So Joey Carfiello makes the first. So looks like Lazard to sit quick. That was a quick sub. And coming into the game for Seymour, replaced Jake George, sophomore, Anthony Portella into the game. So Coach Carfiello going into his bench here early. Joey makes the second. 9-2 Seymour.
I like that sub, Dino. Elton Tomlinson has been killing them offensively and defensively on the glass, bringing some size there in Portello.
Starting quarterback Portello. He's not afraid. There he goes. Gets in there. He's not afraid to make contact. I know we've done Seymour quite a bit this year. He's one of their first, second players off the bench, other than the seniors.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see here. Weaver's played good defensively, only allowing 9 points, but they've had a tough time getting any offense going. I would kind of start to maybe feed the big man down low, and they will. And he's not going to turn or drop step. Good pass by Womack inside. And that's Nasir Wright.
So we've seen offense from Nasir Wright and Avon Womack. They've been kind of pretty much been the offense here for Weaver. White's wide open in the corner. That's his shot, Zach, just off the mark. Tomlinson with the rebound. I think Tomlinson's in there for rebounds and defense, Zach. I mean, he hasn't had much offensive opportunities here in this first quarter, so maybe that will change. But
Right
nice.
With a tough move to the basket.
He's got 2 in a row, Zach. 9-6 here. Seymour. So Zach, Weaver's playing at 2-3. There it is. Joey Carfiello was wide open there. That top of the free throw line. Yeah, that's going to be open all day. He's going to have a field day. Weaver's going to have to go man here soon, Zach. You know, when these teams get down, steal there by White.
Oh.
I don't think Coach Carfiello's happy with that call.
Yeah, the Seymour fans aren't either. They're booing the refs early.
Yeah. Looks like there was some contact there. 11-6. Ooh, almost a backcourt there. Barrows, caught the ball almost in the front court and then went into the back court. But he had one leg on each line. Tough take there by Womack.
That's a good move there.
These guards,
triple threat, yeah.
Wright and Womack, Zach, look tough early here. This is going to be a game. 11-8 Seymour. Hamilton back to White.
Good
bullet pass. The free throw line is wide open.
He's going to step into it and let it fly, and he's going to connect. So Seymour with 3 threes here in this first quarter. It's kind of been the bulk of their offense.
14-8. Trap coming. Gets through it, though. Nice job there by Womack. Womack's been very impressive early, Zach. He is a senior, so. And again, this Weaver team went to the state semifinals of Class 4 last year, so Womack's probably seen a good amount of basketball. Tough pull, man. He is athletic. He can get up off the ground.
He's got good elevation on his jump shot, and he's great body control to turn and re-square up to the basket. He's not really fading away, which Carfiello gets in and ends foul. So, to your point, though, is we saw against Notre Dame, we saw Bunnell do a lot of fadeaway jump shots, which you didn't like watching at all.
Those are not high-quality shots, Zach. I think that's the first, yes, on Barrow. So Isaiah Barrow picks up the first. So if you're Weaver here, substitution coming in here, number 24. Yeah, I was going to say the fouls are starting to add up a little bit here for Weaver, not in the sense that any one player, but they've got 4 fouls. So Demir Moore into the game. He's only a sophomore. So Robbie makes the first and the only to make it a traditional 3-point play. 57 seconds here. Moore hangs, just can't. Tomlinson with the rebound. Yeah, he traveled.
He's the biggest guy on the court. He's just got to go that up, take that up strong, Dino.
So Seymour, 43 seconds left here. Calabrese, you can't leave him open. He's a shooter. Almost tried to bank that one in. I would have liked to gone back to White there, Zach. I know White's kind of a streaky shooter, but he made that 3. Tough pull. Moore with a rebound. White's on the ground. I don't know if he got cleared out.
Yeah, I think Moore cleared him out. He was able to get that offensive rebound.
If you're Seymour here, you can hold for 1.
White's just going to let it fly.
Quartella had it. It's going to stay White ball. So 9 seconds here. 17-8 Seymour. Joey Carfiello in. A couple of substitutions here. Barrows in back for Moore. Oh, White. Bullet pass. I think White's getting ready for baseball season.
Yeah.
Joey Carfiello pulls. Sack! Joey Carfiello with the 3. He's got 10 in this quarter, Zach. 20-8. Seymour.
Yeah, it's going to be a long game if they let him get 10 a quarter if you're Weaver. He's outscoring Weaver by himself in that first quarter.
They're going to have to go man. I'm not surprised they're not playing man yet after a couple of those 3s. So just to recap here, this is Dino Varelli. I'm here with
Zachary Gersner.
I know we had some people probably log in as the game started, so we're Project Purple Sports, and we're bringing you here CIAC Division III first round game, Seymour Wildcats versus the Weaver Beavers. So Zach, I know we talked about a little bit of history from Weaver, talk a little bit about it. So both teams come in here, a little bit different path. Weaver 9-10. I know we mentioned that they're non-league. They're 0-3 on the road. They're not good, 2-6, but they are number 22 in Division III. Seymour 14-7, non-league record 3-1. Away record. I mean, they're technically home. They actually play a very good away. So I guess we can consider this a away game because it's not their home gym that they've played in all season. But they're 8-3 on the road. They're number 11 in Division III, so should be an interesting matchup here. I mean, we've seen some flashes from Weaver from their guards. Seymour has come out. Carfiello's, White's. Key to Seymour, they've got to get someone else other than Joey Carfiello to score points here, which we've seen early here already.
Well, fortunately, good for them. They have 4 players who average around 10 points a game. And White's going to get a steal. Find Hamilton. Hamilton's going to take it strong at Womack, and Hamilton will lead off the scoring here in the second quarter.
So Hamilton in to start for Calabrese here as they start the quarter. Weaver with their starters. We're going to get another substitution here for Weaver here in the second, and that's dead ball. So Seymour in their 3-2 matchup, Zach. If you're Weaver, that's a long, deep 3. White got a hand on it. Ball's bobbled. Carfiello comes up with it. Hamilton again drives. Carfiello's right there. He's got 12, Zach. He's off to a hot start. That's not a good sign if you're Weaver.
No, not at all.
Got a hand on it again, Joey Carfiello. Robbie with the steal. Hamilton wide open. Got his defender there. Almost threw it away again. Carfiello drives. George Wright was able to secure that rebound. Womack with it now.
Womack reminds us of our cameraman Mike Domack, who kind of is not here today, but he will be joining us next week.
We've got a new camera person tonight, Zach. So looks like foul on the ground. Let's see who this is on. If it's on George or if it's on Carfiello. It's on Carfiello. That's the first foul. So a couple of substitutions here. Number 5 and number 3 into the game for Weaver. So Coach Bell going into his bench. Number 5 is Tristan Hugh, excuse me. I don't have a number 3, Zach.
It looks like Walcott. Jacine Walcott.
So junior. That ball was just thrown away. Hamilton with a 3 off the mark. Walcott with the rebound.
And we're going to be getting in super sub here for Seymour.
Big E. Ethan Placencia into the game. Big energy, guys.
Yeah, he is. And he brings some intensity too and physicality.
Lazard into the game. He'll replace Barrows. So Placencia, the other senior. So Seymour has 8 seniors.
Hamilton will get it to go. So he has 5 here in the second quarter to lead the way. And Seymour's got a 19-point lead.
Yeah, you got to be careful if you're Weaver here.
Yeah, Weaver just can't get anything going offensively, and that's going to be a foul. I don't know.
Is it on Logan? Is it on Logan? I think he's talking to Logan Hamilton.
I didn't really see much
0.
there.
Yeah, that's on Logan Hamilton, his first.
Yeah, but I don't know if there was enough there to warrant a talking to. It just looked like a bang-bang play on the loose ball.
Yeah, it's hard for us to hear from where we are tonight. We're all the way up in the air. Lazard has it, dribbles off, back to right. I know Womack's not in the game. I guess you try to get it into right, but Tomlinson just trying to make something happen, just ripped away by Carfiello. He gets hit, no call there. A lot of contact, Zach.
Yeah.
2 defenders coming at Carfiello. Somebody's open. Placencia has it. That's jump ball. They're letting them play here, Zach, which if you're Seymour, maybe that's a good thing because they do have a deep bench.
Calabrese is going to let it fly, and it's going to go in and out. Now
Olcott with the rebound.
And Calabrese is now 0 for 4 from downtown.
So 3-2 zone here has been a problem for Weaver. That looked like a travel. Hugh has it.
Good move. Blocked by Robbie Carfiello.
Nice job there. Robbie's got 3 defenders. Take your pick there. And it's going to be on number 3 underneath. Yeah, it's number 5. So Hugh picks up the foul. Yeah, if you're Coach Bell, you got to get right back into this game along with Womack. Womack back into the game. I mean, they've been your only scorers here. 27-8, Zach. 4:55. Shane White Jr. back into the game for Logan Hamilton. He doesn't hesitate, takes a 3. Lazard up ahead.
He's going to get blocked by White, and he's going to pick up the ball out of bounds.
So he was out of bounds. He can't go. You can't be the first person to touch the ball as you come back into bounds. So Burrows back into the game. He'll replace Lazard, and looks like 21. Maldonado back into the game. He'll replace Wolcott. So Zach, another thing here tonight, I think we may have mentioned this, but 3 referees, which is common here in the state tournament. We've got some alumni in the
White's
house,
going to fly way off the mark.
Calabrese was out, but some senior Seymour royalty just walking through the gym here, and Mike Rossetti and Indra Paraj, 2 players from last year's team. Nice pass there from Carfiello to Carfiello. Joey's got 14, Zach. 29-8. 21-point lead.
You know, Weaver needs to find someone to score the basketball here, as it'll be a three taken. No good. Rebounded by White.
Zach, they have not scored at all this quarter. Almost 4.5 minutes gone by.
Joey Carfiello is going to try another three, and he's going to connect. So he has 3 threes here in this first half, and Coach Carfiello is fired up.
Coach Bell with a timeout. I think Womack looks a little distraught, Zach.
Yeah, his hamstring. He was grabbing that.
Yeah. Well, when you're super athletic like that, that's not a good sign, right? Like those hammies. So 32-8 here, 3:47 left in this quarter. But we had a game for about half a quarter, Zach, and it's been all Seymour Wildcat basketball here for Division III first round. Number 11 taking on the Weaver Beavers.
Well,
Say that 10 times in a row. Weaver Beavers versus Seymour Wildcats. Number 22.
Well, you know what I will say is we had a lot of Seymour basketball games, and they had a chance to be ranked a lot higher in Division III had they not lost at home to Kennedy to end the season. So this is a team that's kind of playing with a little bit of a chip on their shoulder, and if they can keep everything together, they can make a run here in the Division III.
And Zach,
Playoffs.
we also saw, so if we look, I mean, I don't want to sound biased, but so 2 games, right? That Kennedy game and then the Crosby game at home where they lost a heartbreaker at the buzzer. This team could easily have been seated a lot higher, probably in the top 5 in Division III with a 15-5 record, going into the postseason, So
Yeah, and I know they had a tough loss to WCA in the
actually,
postseason.
it's going to be on White, his first. So, Zach, they would actually have been 16-4 because the 7th loss here was the one to WCA in the NVL tournament. That doesn't necessarily count towards the state rankings. So what happens here in Connecticut, whatever happens in those conference tournaments doesn't carry over to the state tournament. So those 2 games that we talked about would have really kind of pushed them up, 16-4. They probably would have come into the state rankings probably in the top 5 spot. So
Yeah, and we actually just had Jaquan Ellis walk in, who hit that crazy shot as Carfiello will try another three, no good.
it's way off the
Here,
mark. George had it.
Brown-
Womack dribbling. Ooh, I thought he traveled there. Lazard with a deep 3, just off the mark. Weaver just can't buy a bucket, Zach.
No, they can't, not at all.
Robbie Carfiello, ooh. Yeah, that's going to be Tomlinson. That's going to be his second, though, Zach. So for Weaver, that's not a good sign if you're going to try to get back into this game. For Coach Bell, your big guy's got 2 fouls. So, Zach, we saw Weaver in that first quarter, Wright and Womack get to the hole. I mean, Womack's super athletic, Zach, and just we haven't seen any of that in the last almost 7 minutes here.
No, I do know as Carfiello makes the first that he was holding his hamstring going into the last time out, so he probably has some sort of lingering injury that's slowing him down a little bit here.
So interesting substitution here by Coach Bell. Tomlinson stays in there with 2 fouls. He's their tallest player. We saw Moore come in for a little while, gave us some size. Womack again. I think he's tripped there. That was a nice drive. He just tripped on the delivery, Zach. All right, so Weaver is in a man-to-man. I thought they were in a zone.
I don't know if this is going to work out any better. No.
Yeah. Robbie Carfiello, air ball, way off the mark. Well, if you're Weaver, if you're going to get back into this game, Zach, we probably want to see like 15 going into half maybe. If you can hold Seymour here, maybe get to that 15, 16-point mark. White almost with a steal. Womack drives. Nice pass.
Blocked by Joey Carfiello.
Right. 32nd. Coach Carfiello. So yeah, if you're Weaver here, Zach, you're down 25. So you want to try to get that to maybe 15 in the next 2 minutes. I don't know. That's a large task to get 10 points here, but maybe try to get it under 20.
Yeah.
I mean, we have seen comebacks, right? We had Notre Dame at Fairfield, Notre Dame Prep, I should say, against St. Bernard, the 1-2 matchup earlier in the season. We saw a 21-point lead at halftime, actually in the third quarter, be diminished going into that fourth quarter. So it's not incomprehensible that we couldn't see a lead of that magnitude, a team come
Well,
back, but it takes a lot.
and here's what I will say: with the way Weaver's been playing offensively, it is even more of a challenge for them. I mean, we do know that Notre Dame they have scores, which
Yeah.
Weaver has kind of lacked here
We
besides
haven't seen,
Womack and Wright.
Yeah, and Zach, they have not scored since the first quarter, so they are scoreless here this quarter. So they've got to find some offense here. I know we mentioned at the start of the telecast, they drove an hour and 10 minutes, but they were here way in advance, so it's not as if almost a backcourt violation there. A little sloppy pay by Seymour. Nice pass there. Portella gets on the board. Nice pass there by Joey Carfiello. 35-8 here. Seymour, 136 to go. Almost turned over again there. Seymour just all over the court here.
Yeah, I think they're trying to play with some urgency here. I mean, we know we didn't have the WCA game, but from what I heard is they didn't come out and play their best version of basketball.
And Zach, Seymour only averages about 62 points a game, so they're on pace to beat their average. Carfiello with the rebound. So Weaver down 27 here, Zach. They've got to get a stop here one at a time and try to, I don't know, maybe take a moral victory into the halftime. If they can get some stops here.
Yeah.
Hamilton pops.
Rise.
Carfiello with an easy two, Zach. He's up to 19.
I was about to say he's got to have 20 first quarter for first half points here.
19. That was tipped. Hamilton's going to pick up the foul. He dove into the player. That's his second. So George is going to, or Robbie Carfiello is going to come in and replace Hamilton. So Joey Carfiello outscoring more to check in here for Weaver. That's probably a good substitution for Coach Bell because Tomlinson has two. You don't want him to pick up three here. That could be the night for Weaver really quick if they try to make a comeback in that second half, Zach, without their tallest player. Deep three, just off the mark.
Womack goes up and under. He's going to get fouled. I don't know if they got Joey or Robbie here, but if they got Joey, that's his second, and
That's
they
Joey.
will.
Yeah. So, Calabrese is going to replace him. So Womack's going to shoot two, Zach. These could be the first 2 points of the quarter here for Weaver. Can they get to double digits here? Down 31, Zach. Excuse me, 29. Weaver can't buy a basket, so Calabrese replaces Joey Carfiello. He'll sit the rest of the half here with 19 first half points. He's done the majority of the damage for Seymour. It's a good shot there by Womack. So 37-9. Seymour up 28. Excuse me, 20. 28, yeah. 28.
Yeah, you were right.
Yeah.
Don't second guess yourself there,
Yeah.
Dino. You had it the first time. So
So
we'll see.
no count here.
Yeah, we'll say they're just going to hold here for one.
I'd like to see some action from White or Calabrese. Their three-point shooters. Nice pass there by White into George. Throws it up, just can't make it. Gets it again.
Oh,
Jake George with the two. He's up to three. So we go to the half. 39-9. Seymour scores 19 in that quarter. Weaver only one, Zach. So if you're Weaver, Wright looks a little frustrated there with Moore, but if you're Weaver, you got to find some offense and get some stops. If you're Seymour, you can't let off the gas here. So we're going to break here. We'll be back with about 3 minutes to go in the halftime, but Seymour leads 39-9 over 22 ranked Weaver Beavers. The Seymour Wildcats come in as the number 11 seed, put up a strong showing here against Weaver early.
All right, so we are back here. We're going to take a look at the full Division Three boys state picture. So as we mentioned, we have some opening round games going on today. I know some of them have finished up, but this is a very zoomed out view. So we have Fairfield Ludlow at the top. They have a bye. And then they have Wyndham playing St. Paul today, Fitch at playing Amistad, Newingtown, East Haven, Killingly with the bye, Cheshire, Brian McMahon, New Canaan is playing St. Joseph's. We saw them play against Trumbull. Seymour is currently playing Weaver. And then on the other side, Bunnell is the 1 seed. We saw them the other night against Notre Dame Prep. They'll play the winner of Pomperaug Mallory. Massac is playing Amity. Torrington's playing East Lyme? I
East
can't
Lyme.
read that.
East
Yeah, I
Lyme.
can't read that. Oran's got the bye on the other side. They'll play either Bristol Eastern or Simsbury. Weston also has a bye, and they'll get the winner of Bethel and Immaculate. We did see Immaculate play Notre Dame. So let's take a bit of a zoomed in look here on Seymour's side. So as we mentioned, Killingly has the bye here. So Killingly will get the winner of Cheshire, Brian McMahon, which is also currently being played today. New Canaan and St. Joseph's is going on right now as well. That is a good matchup. TJ Wright leads the way for St. Joe's. He put up 27 in that St. Joe's Trumbull game.
I
He's
think
an
it was
electric
29,
scorer.
Zach.
29. I was
Yeah, I
off
think
by
it's
2.
29. Yeah,
Electric scorer.
I think he missed like 2 shots in that game. Yeah.
And then going on now, Seymour Weaver. They'll either be at New Canaan or play here against St. Joe's on Tuesday. And if Seymour wins that one, they will play either Killingly, Cheshire, or Brian McMahon to get in the quarterfinals, to get into the semifinals. So, Dino, thoughts here on Division
Yeah,
Three playoffs?
I mean, Division Three is tough, man. So you've got teams from the FCAC, SCC. Foreign had a great season this year. Ludlow, a team that I've seen play a couple times. Bunnell, who we had the other night against Notre Dame Prep. I mean, Notre Dame Prep is in another level, Zach, as we've seen. But some of these teams, I mean, there's a lot of quality teams, here in Division Three, and we'll see. I mean, New Canaan is very, very good. I mean, they gave Ludlow, which is one of the top teams, top 14 in the FCAC fits this year, and also just in the FCAC tournament just last weekend. So, St. Joe's is a tough team as well, but we'll see what happens where Seymour goes here next, and so should be fun. It should be exciting. I mean, this is the best time of the year, right? We've got these games. You've got teams from all over the state playing against each other, and you never know what can happen, man. Players got to show up, and that's what we've kind of seen here in this first half, coming back to this game with Joey Carfiello leading the way with 19 for Seymour, and a big reason why they're up 30, Zach, right now. Weaver's got to find some offense here if this is going to be a game or if it's going to be over for some of these seniors here for Weaver. And, Seymour hopefully, can keep the gas pedal going, Zach. So we'll know where we are Tuesday, depending on, we'll be at Notre Dame Prep, but we'll see where we are after that. So Weaver ball here to start the second half.
Yeah, they're going to need to get a quick basket here and try to, and it'll be a turnover by Womack. Carfiello is just going to throw it up to his brother. He's got White in the corner. And they'll go down low to Jake George, and it'll be blocked by Tomlinson.
That was like blocked and gloved. Good sportsmanship there. Oh, I thought he was picking him up. I thought he was picking Carfiello up. He picked up the ball. Tomlinson just gloved that, Zach. I don't even think the ball hit the ground. He just cupped it. Hamilton off the mark there. So if you're Weaver here and Coach Bell, you got to get Wright and Womack going. That's not what you want to do.
They did have Tomlinson, though. He did have him sealed.
I know, but Womack was open on the wing. I feel like you got it. Look, and he's saying, I think Womack talking to Wright, telling him, get me the ball. You can hear it from up here, Zach. He's saying, get me the ball.
Well, they also need to figure out how to stop. All right, well, there's a turnover.
Tomlinson over to...
Womack's going to be blocked by White.
Nice job there by White to get back into it, but Womack almost with a Euro, Zach. He's super athletic. I wonder if he plays other sports. I was talking to the assistant coach, as I said before the game, and I'm not making excuses here, but Weaver did lose a player or two to some private schools coming off last year, and this is something that we've seen. Womack just can't get anywhere. Carfiello with the block. But something that we've seen happen quite a bit over the last couple of years is players that play public school kind of get picked up by these private schools, whether it's a private high school. Carfiello turns. He
boy.
stays hot, Zach.
Yeah,
He's got 21.
when he's doing that, he is one of the most dangerous scorers in Division III and the state of Connecticut.
Well, he's been up there all season, right? Averages about 24, 25 a game. Consistently give you points. And I know we talked about who else is going to score. Tough take there by Wright. He's going to get a pair of free throws. That's going to be on George. But Zach, as I was saying, before the game, I was talking to the assistant coach, and not to make excuses, but they did lose a player or two to private school, and that's something that we see pretty common over the last couple of years. Players playing pretty well early in their career at a public school, private school comes in. That's a good sign for Weaver. Wright makes the first, but players go into that, whether it's a NESCAC, like a boarding school or another private school here in the state, for a particular sport. And this just doesn't happen in basketball. This happens in a lot of sports. Wright makes both. That's a good sign. Still down 30 here, though. But at least Weaver's been able to get 2 points here on the board early here in this quarter. White over to Hamilton. Hamilton almost loses it again, but it's going to stay Seymour ball. So, Zach, the transfer rule is funny, right? And we also have seen that with public schools, with kids starting at a school, then moving, the following year because of the district or how the rules are. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, nice take there by Robbie Carfiello. It happens, right? You lose players year after year. It seems to be a common theme here in Connecticut with high school sports.
It's also in the college game now with NIL.
Transfer portal. Hamilton, Hugh got a foot on it, and it's going to stay Seymour ball.
And so it's 43-11 here.
The ball just hasn't gone. If you're Weaver, you got to take care of the ball. I mean,
White's going to fire from deep.
Got to get rebounds. It's a third rebound in a row by Seymour. This is like shooting practice, Zach.
It's the fourth there. Carfiello goes flying into the stands. And finally, Seymour hits a three, and it's Robbie Carfiello.
If you're Coach Bell, he's got to get Womack back into this game, but just Zach, White's going to pick up. Weaver just is not playing with any intensity, for these seniors. Unfortunately, this could be their last game. So Womack back into the game, but they just look flat, man. I know you're down 35 now, but they just didn't come out of the half with any energy, Zach.
No, not at all. It's sad to say, but they look like a team that when they're in close games, they can hang around defensively as Womack will connect on a three. But it looks like they don't have enough scoring, kind of like what we've seen with Seymour at times. And they just find themselves on the other end of some routes and lapses offensively. Robbie Carfiello.
It's just too easy, Zach.
That's 7 third quarter points in here in the first four minutes.
So Robbie up to 14. He's got double digits, Zach. Wright gets his own rebound. It's going to stay here.
And he's got blocked by George.
So another sub in here for Weaver, number 12. Sophomore, another sophomore.
Wright's going to try a three. Leave it. George is going to get his own rebound and get it for 2. So Weaver's getting some offense here, but they need to start getting some stops.
Dawkins into the game. You see that the Weaver defense seems to be picked up a little bit, Zach.
Hamilton's going to connect on a three. So Seymour is just hitting on all cylinders offensively from all 3 levels, from beyond the arc, from mid-range. from inside the paint. They're just dominating Weavers. Wright's going to get one to go.
Zach, is it a little too late for Weaver here? Looks like they just woke up here. They've outscored themselves here in this quarter, what they've done the whole first half, Zach. So
I think
they dug a pretty big hole. Womack has the steal, but Carfiello gets it back. Womack gets it again. Wright's going to get another 2, Zach.
so. Realistically, I don't think they're out of the game. As long as Seymour's been shooting from a very high percentage from 3 and just from mid-range as well, and we haven't seen them shoot this well a lot this season.
Robbie Carfiello almost started walking down the court. I think he was frustrated. Ooh, that's a tough foul. That's his 3rd on Tomlinson, but Coach Bell likes the effort. So Joey Carfiello to shoot a pair.
And what I will say is if they can also start getting some rebounds and boxing out, they would minimize some of these chances. I think at least 6 of the points here in the 3rd quarter are second chance points, or more than second chance points on that Carfiello 3 as Joey just makes the first free throw a few possessions ago. That was 4 rebounds there before he made a 3. So that just kills time, and then it is a negative swing.
Misses the second. White gets the rebound. Calabrese into the game. He's their shooter.
So to my point there, there's a 4-point swing in Seymour's favor.
They are hot, Zach. 35-point lead here.
Womack.
Deep 3.
So, I mean, I would just like to see Womack come over half court and continue to shoot threes. Just run a 2-man game with him and Wright. Screen and roll.
Someone's open for Seymour. Robbie Carfiello. He's got 16.
I think Womack's going to let it fly again.
Yeah, he's got the speed. Oh, looks like he got hit. He's got a case there. Couple substitutions for both teams here. It looks like Anthony Portella in for Logan Hamilton and Burrows into the game. Womack will sit, though. I don't know if I like that sub.
I don't either.
Wolcott into the game right now. If you're Weaver, deep 3, just off the mark. How does he get that back? Maldonado got his own rebound. I like the ball movement here by Weaver. Yeah, Wright's your player that you want to see score here. He's a tough player, Zach.
Yeah,
He's only a junior.
8 in this 3rd quarter. A full timeout called by Coach Bell.
So 59-23. Zach, 26-point lead, though. Excuse me. But Nasir Wright has been the difference here for Weaver to I mean, they're down 36, so I wouldn't say they've kind of cut into the lead, but he's got 10 this quarter, Zach. He's got 14 for the game. Womack and Wright are the only 2 players that have scored for Weaver. I just don't think they have enough offensive firepower here to try to make this a close game here against Seymour. Seymour seems to be firing on all cylinders.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Barrows and Maldonado are at least 0 for 12 combined from the field. I know most of them have been 3-point attempts. You look at if maybe they could have hit 40% of those, that's about another 12 points, making it a bit of a closer game. But you're not going to win a game when you have 2 players that are scoring all your points, but you're also playing another team that has 2 players outscore you and pretty much doing the bulk of the scoring. I know we have some help here with White, with
Hamilton.
8. Yeah, he is
Hamilton.
not Hamilton with 8.
Yeah, White's got a 3. Cortella's got a 2. Jake George has got 3. Calabrese has got a 3. But see, when you get points from George and Calabrese, those guys don't typically score into those double digits. That makes the job of Joey Carfiello a lot easier to carry that scoring load when you get those contributions. Because you know Hamilton and White and Robbie Carfiello are going to bring that 10 points a game. Easy press break there for Seymour. Dribbled off Robbie Carfiello, though, so Weaver gets the turnover, Zach.
I think they're going to go. Yeah, I think they're going into man defense now. I just heard Coach Carfiello call out 5.
So Wolcott's thrown into the lineup for Weaver for Womack. Where's Wright? Got to give him the ball. Tomlinson, jump ball there. How do you not go back to Wright? Wright scored 10 this quarter. And he's coming out. What is going on here? You got your two scorers on the bench there, Zach. You're down 32.
Wright looks visibly frustrated.
Tomlinson gets the ball. Maldonado has it. Excuse me, Maldonado with an air ball 3. That was Burrows over to Maldonado, but yeah, I don't get that substitution there.
I don't either.
Maybe Weaver's calling it already, Zach.
I mean, I guess as White will try a 3 and he'll connect. So White has 2 pairs of 3s here for the game. I mean, it doesn't make sense. This is you win or you go home here. Like
Back up to 35 here, Zach. Moore gets a rebound. Moore has been tough for Weaver. He's been a tough out for Seymour. He hasn't played a lot of minutes, though.
It actually looks like they're going to get ready to get Womack back into the game. But at this point, I mean, I guess maybe you're trying to save some energy, maybe for the fourth quarter, but you got to leave all that you have on the court before you go home. Corfiello with another floater. So he's over double digits in this quarter.
He's got 11 just in this quarter, Zach. He's your leading scorer here this quarter, 62-35, 37-point lead.
Oh, boy.
I think that was blocked, though. Was that blocked? No. Wow. Maldonado, just bad shot there. So Pitter into the game along with Wright and Womack. Moore goes out. Maldonado goes out. Calabrese to inbound. 9 seconds left here in this quarter. Seymour up 62-25.
I think Bell was asking if Maldonado got hit on the elbow there. Calabrese is going to step into it and let it fly, and it's going to go in and out.
Right.
So Wright.
Not enough time. Womack, that shot won't count, Zach. So we go to the fourth quarter, 62-25. If you're Weaver, that was a great quarter of offense. You just got to play defense, man. I mean, they got to find a way to, if you're Coach Bell, it's got to happen in the first 2 minutes, Zach. We always talk about this. I mean, it's not, again, insurmountable, but the clock is not your friend if you're Weaver.
No, it's not. I mean, I realistically I don't think we've seen Seymour shoot this well from 3. I mean, maybe a few times this season, but it could also be a bad thing for them if they're getting to the point where they're using up all their shooting here. And I know they're going to have a tough one against either New Canaan or St. Joe's. Not to count your chickens before the egg hatch, as they say, but with how Weaver's played offensively, they're going to need to nearly double their point total in 3 quarters here in the fourth, but also minimize Seymour scoring, which they have 62 and they're on their season average with another 8 minutes to play.
So Zach, some scores. So both Division 5 and Division 3 are playing tonight. So some scores from Division 5. Vinyl Tech defeats Watertown, so other teams in the NVL, 66-60. Tortolet defeats Oxford, 66-58. And St. Paul loses to Wyndham, 63-48. So a couple of NVL teams out early here in the they're in Division 5, I believe, or Division 4. Division 5, because Division 4 is tomorrow night, or Monday, excuse me. Ethan Placencia along with Logan Hamilton into the game. Calabrese. So Joey Carfiello in there. Who's that going to be on? 2. That's going to be on Womack. So a couple scores early here on a Saturday night of Connecticut State basketball.
So I think I'm just trying to think. I don't remember who the 2 seed was in Division 3, but Wyndham's going to have a matchup with them on Tuesday. I know Killingly was a 3 seed.
St.
Grinnell's the
Paul
1
is
seed.
St. Paul is in Division 3. You're right.
Yeah, so but there, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. A good drop off there. Looks like
That's a
he's going to get
travel.
called for a travel. I'm trying to
Let's
think.
see
I
if
know we
they.
just had it up.
Yeah, I'll look at it here, Zach. So Wyndham gets Fairfield Ludlow.
That's right.
So
Yes.
yeah, that wasn't really an upset because St. Paul came in as the 18th seed. Wyndham was the 15th seed. Deep three, just off the mark. So we'll update this as we go, as we move on through the night here. Weaver can't buy a bucket other than Womack and Wright here, Zach. I don't think I've ever seen a game where just two players are scoring. Carfiello to the hole.
I think we have. It's this team here at Seymour. We've seen it with
Only
Joey
two
and Rob.
players scored for the whole game? For the whole game?
Yes, and I think that lost to WCA at home.
Womack just throws up and Placencia gets the rebound. Tomlinson able to get it. Oh, it's off Placencia. So Joey Carfiello, Zach, up to 24 for the game with that last two. He's almost at his average. So substitution here for Weaver, 21, and back into the game, Maldonado. Right to the hole. Tough take. Just can't make the layup, though. Wright's a junior, Zach. He showed some flashes in that third quarter. He scored 10. And he can get to the basket. They just haven't had any consistency there.
Oh,
Nice block there by Tomlinson. Burrows replaced with Lazard.
unfortunately for Weaver, they don't really have much shooting as they're going to throw it up top to Joey Carfiello, who can't get it to go.
He was flying in for that one, Zach. I thought maybe he was going to throw that down. Oh, Placencia. Yeah, it's going to be on Big E, his first. So right to shoot is, nope, it's going to be on the ground. So slew of substitutions here. George White and Robbie Carfiello into the game. Looks like they're going to talk about it, the officials, if that was on the floor. Or it was on the floor.
So pretty much back to the traditional starting lineup here for Seymour. It's going to be Stolen. Looks like Shane White's going to come up a little bit slow, and Joey Carfiello is going to get another basket here.
He's got 26.
Yes, and then he's going to get a block on the other end.
I thought White blocked that, Zach.
I think it was, it looks like the two of them. Hamilton can't get it to go.
Wright just can't buy a bucket this quarter, Zach. He was good in the third quarter. Hamilton dribbles through two.
This is turning into, if you're at the park and you're just doing summer runs, you know?
So Hamilton now with 10, Zach. Womack gets a score, so 68-25. 27, excuse me. Seymour cruising here in this game, this first round of the Division III CIAC. That's going to be on Tomlinson. That was a bad foul. That's his fourth. Zach, so for all intents and purposes, Seymour will move on here to play the winner of St. Joe's and New Canaan, assuming that, I mean, we've got 5 minutes to go here. It's almost a 40-point lead here, Zach.
It is a 40-point lead.
41, excuse me, yeah.
Almost a 50-point lead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just turned into, like, if you're playing pickup 5v5 in the summer at the park, it's just, let's run, score points.
So St. Joe's and New Canaan tip off at 6:30, so we probably won't have, nice job there by White. He's got 2, he's up to 8. I guess the question is here is how many players stripped there by Robbie Carfiello. Joey's out ahead.
He's going to maybe go up for a dunk, and he's going to throw it. Oh! So that's going to be the exclamation point. He threw it down on top of Moore.
I think if you're Coach Garfiello, you probably want to get your starters out. So looks like Motel into the game. Another sophomore who's seen some quality minutes here this season.
No, Motel's not
Oh,
even on the bench.
Motel's not on the bench. That's Krishenko, right?
Yeah. I didn't even realize. Do we know what's going on with Motel?
No. So Tomlinson misses the first. That foul is on Joey Carfiello. He's done for the night.
Unless Weaver can force overtime.
Highly unlikely. He's got 28. Tomlinson can't make a free throw, so Nick Krishenko, sophomore, into the game for Seymour.
I wonder what happened to Peyton Motel, now that we're talking about it. Robbie Carfiello was looking for a foul.
Yeah, he's not even on the bench. Maybe he's sick, Zach?
I don't know, but they should hopefully have him back, because that'll be a foul. I think they're going to get White there. No, they're going to get George.
That's George's first, so right to shoot two.
I think that's
Again.
a second, you know.
On Jake George? Yeah, it's a
Yes.
second, sorry. So right to shoot two, him and Womack have been the only scorers for Weaver this entire game, Zach. I don't think we've ever done a game with the two players only scoring, Zach. I beg to differ. I know you think we did one, but I think there's been games where we've had more than two scorers. We've never seen this. Jump ball there.
Oh boy.
Good hustle by both players.
I think Moore's going to be bleeding.
Is he bleeding?
Yeah.
Hopefully he's okay. Trainer coming over. He's got a bloody nose, it looks like. So Cortella and Calabrese into the game. Let's see who they're going to replace. Substitution here. So there's some blood on the court. They're going to have to get that cleaned up here. So it looks like Hamilton and White will sit.
Let's see if we can figure out what's going on with Motel, too.
It looks like there's some blood on the court. They're going to have to get that, yeah. So Zach, as we move on here, so let's talk a little bit about some games we have coming up. So we've got Notre Dame Prep Tuesday night. We've got the doubleheader. The girls play at 6. They're number 4 in Class L. And then we have the boys at 7:45. They're number 3 in Division 1, and they'll take on Stanford at home in what is really a second round. So for those that aren't familiar with boys basketball, particularly Division 1, which is only 16 teams, so they do a second round. Everybody gets a first round bye. I mean, technically it is the first round. First round bye everybody gets, and then so it's really the second round. So we've got Notre Dame Prep at 7:45 versus Stanford, which comes in as the 14 seed. And then, we hope to have the next round as well, the quarterfinal game as well, potentially. So you want to make sure that you subscribe to this channel, but also make sure to follow us on Twitter at Project Purple Sports. So we'll be updating all of that once we...
Most likely on Monday, because I think the girls will be finalized. The boys, we know what's going on.
Tuesday. Well, we'll know after the game on Tuesday. So after the wins, if Notre Dame Prep continues to win, then we'll stay with them for a little while. And if the boys and girls continue to win, I think they're going to have that same situation where they'll have a back-to-back game. So you get, for the price of one, you get 2 great games. So it looks like there's some blood on the court that they're taking care of here. But so for Seymour, they'll see who they play following tonight's game at 6:30. Looks like we're going to get a slew of substitutions here at some point here for Seymour. Up 43, I think it is, Zach. 45, if my math is right.
Um,
72-27.
yes, 45.
45-point lead. I got that correct. So hopefully the young fella Moore's okay. He took a shot to the nose, it looks like. Only a sophomore. If you're Coach Bell, you've got, I mean, he's got seniors in Womack, Tomlinson. That's, those two are going to be a tough loss. I mean, Barrows and Maldonado have played a lot here this game, but, Wright is only a junior. We've seen, Moore play really well when he's in there, be a force down low. So, and then he's played a lot of underclassmen in Wolcott, Dawkins, Pitter, Lazard, another sophomore. So they're young. Burrows is actually a sophomore as well. So really, Maldonado, Tomlinson, and Womack are the three seniors for Weaver. So Coach Bell's got kind of a bright future at Weaver. He's got a young group of good young group of kids to look forward to the future. Deep three, just off the mark. Weaver just can't. Wright gets it. Excuse me, that's not right. That's Wolcott. Wright has it now.
Yeah, I think the issue that they're going to need to, they're going to be a double dribble there. The issue they're going to need to address is they're going to need to figure out shooting throughout.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the biggest issue there.
Zach, have we seen many teams really shoot lights out this year from all the games we've done? I mean, there's been a handful. Maybe this is a lesson for those boys and girls. Wow, Robbie Carfiello, tough take. That's going to be the fifth on Tomlinson, I bet.
He's got to be in 20. He's got to be close to 20.
They got who's that on? 15. I'm sorry. That was on Pitter. So, slew of substitutions coming in here for Seymour. They're going to clear the bench. 3:51. Robbie Carfiello, Zach, has 19.
Oh, he can't get 20.
Rebound there by 13. I don't have his. Nice pass there. Krashenko, that's going to be Tomlinson's fifth, though. The senior.
Robbie Carfiello's telling everyone he was this close to dunking that one.
Yeah, he got up there, Zach. So Robbie Carfiello is going to finish with 19 here. We're going to go to substitution. Tomlinson's going to be fouling out. That's his fifth. So if you're Coach Bell, who do you go to here? He's going to come back with Pitter.
I mean, I would have
Brandon Champagne in here for senior Robbie Carfiello. So, Zach, if McCain beats St. Joe's, this is the last home game for these seniors.
Yeah, I think that is a very good matchup between St. Joe's and New Canaan. Now, I know you said New Canaan has played tough, but we have seen St. Joe's, and St. Joe's beat a very good team in Trumbull, and they're ranked very high in their respective division. They're not? No? You sure?
No, I'm positive. Krashenko misses both. So, Zach, St. Joe's comes into Division III as the 27th seed, Zach. They just made it in.
No,
that Trumbull game.
Trumbull was, they're ranked high in their respective.
They're in Division II. So Trumbull is the 20th ranked team in Division II.
Oh, really?
So
wow.
Yeah, they suffered a bad injury to one of their star players at the beginning of the season. So Trumbull's a young team, but so. I think they finished just above 500. St. Joe's just creeped into Division III, I think, at 8-12. So they're in the 27 spot. So New Canaan, I think we probably will see New Canaan come out of that game there between St. Joe's and New Canaan. But St. Joe's, as we said, does have TJ Wright. He could put up 30.
He even put up 40, which he might need to do.
So Wright misses the first, misses the second. Just can't buy a bucket here either.
Travel.
Yeah, travel.
He could travel. So they
the
also,
younger.
Yeah, this is kind of their JV run right here. Some of the players through the next year or two coming up to the system. It'll be a 3 off the mark there by Barrows.
Villanueva with the rebound. Krashenko has it. He's doubled. A couple players wide open. Yeah, you're not. That's tough to get a call. You're up 40. You're not going to get that call almost 50, Zach.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Seymour kind of slow the pace a little bit here and just start running through some of their offense and then getting some good high quality looks rather than just force the narrative of needing to score because they don't. They need to, this is where you want to work, get a good shot, and then also minimize any injury opportunities and get out of here with a win.
Villanueva gave it a look. 24 has it. Back to Villanueva. He'll shoot it.
Good
Nice
pass.
pass to Krashenko. Just can't connect. Krashenko again misses. 13 with the rebound. Misses. Just can't buy a basket. Villanueva off the mark. Krashenko has it. Champagne will toss it up.
Another rebound.
Weaver, though, Zach, you're just getting out hustled here. I mean, I know you're down. You're down 45. 13 gets into the scoring book, Zach. I don't even have him in the
fired
book.
up.
So 76-27, 49-point lead here. If you're Weaver.
Well, it's pretty much over here. Unless
Tough night for Weaver.
Unless they invent a 50-point shot.
I don't think there is one, Zach. So
Not yet,
Seymour will move on to the second round of Division III. They'll play the winner of St. Joe's and New Canaan here. 148 left. 76-27, Zach.
Yeah, so once again, I mean, Killingly's the 3 seed in that bracket. I mean, I don't know much about Killingly. I'm not sure if you do either.
Shoreline team. They play down on the shore, so out on the shoreline. So Zach, a little bit in the same in the upper bracket. Looks like Newington is up. East Haven, leads Newington by 9. It's going to be on the right. It's a tough night. Good call there by good play by number 13. Zach, do you got a name on 13? I don't. For Seymour.
I can look in a second. I'm
That's
just
all
trying
right.
to look at. So Newington is going to play potentially Fitch or Amistad, which it looks like it'll most likely be Fitch.
So
Sean
East
Douglas.
Haven, Sean Douglas. Okay, so East Haven, midway through the fourth, is up 9 on Newington.
Yeah, and that was a team Seymour beat last time at home in the second round. They actually came back from 20 points. They were down 20 at halftime.
That Fitch team, yeah.
Yes.
Now Fitch did lose a couple of players, so
New London.
Yeah, I think player transferred over, so
I think New London's ranked pretty high in there. Are they Division 1?
They are 2, Zach.
Okay. Trying to get all the divisions down.
We should do our own podcast. And New London is going to play Wilby, a team that we've seen a couple times. Wilby comes in as the 3 seed in Division 2.
So there's a 3.
By number 3, Wolcott.
Yeah, they'll have a good future. They're just a young team right now currently.
46-point lead for Seymour, though. 24 with the drive. Douglas had a hand on it.
Jeremiah
Perez off the mark. Villanueva with the steal up to Perez.
Oh. That was Atilio Diaz, the hard foul on Perez, which will add more time to be played and increase the lead here for Seymour with Perez shooting 2. Perez will miss the first.
Seymour's missed 4 free throws this quarter, Zach, so they have not done well in the free throw line. Pitter back into the game. Dawkins. That's Dawkins. He replaces Burrows.
Well, fortunately for Seymour, it won't affect them here, but in that next round, you're going to need all the points you can get against a team that you said in New Canaan or St. Joe's that can both score the ball and they both play gritty defense.
Wright dribbles through a couple players. Diaz gave it a look, Zach. I think he wanted to shoot it. The shot clock is on still. 14 seconds.
I think Coach Bell wanted him to shoot that one too. He looked frustrated.
Turned over Villanueva with another steal. Pops.
I would have just held the ball if I was Seymour.
So that's it, Zach. 76 to 30. Weaver only scores 5 in that quarter, Zach. But it was all Seymour all game from the start. Leading scorer, Joey Carfiello, Zach. He chips in with 28. His brother, Robbie Carfiello, with 19. Logan Hamilton with 10.
Shane White. 8. Yeah, I mean, that's going to be your scoring. All of them average close to 10 points a game. Obviously, Joey's doubles most of their averages at 24. But that's what you're going to need to see out of Seymour if they're going to continue to move on in this tournament. And you're also going to need to see help from George and Calabrese. Even if they can get you 6 or 7 points, that's 6 or 7 points added onto your total.
So Seymour gets a win for the NVL. They lost 3 today, 1-1 so far. So we'll see who Seymour plays on Tuesday night. But you want to make sure you subscribe to our channel and also follow us on Twitter to be notified where we'll be. Tuesday night, we'll be at Notre Dame Prep in Fairfield for the doubleheader with the boys and the girls. Class L for the girls, Division I for the boys. Let's see here, Zach, if I can get an update on the score here. Nothing here. East Haven was up 9 on Newington halfway through the fourth. So that's it from Seymour here tonight, Zach. Wasn't a great game. Seymour takes the win, wins by 46. We'll have to see what happens with St. Joe's and New Canaan later on to see who Seymour will play, whether they play home or whether they're away on the road at New Canaan, if New Canaan wins. And then the next game, if they do win the next round, would be 3-6, so it would be Thursday. So for Dino Varelli here for Project Purple Sports, thank you for watching, tuning in on a Saturday night. It's early, Zach. We could do dinner here early, so we could still probably get the early bird special. So that's a wrap for Project Purple Sports. Make sure to subscribe and follow us on Twitter. We'll be back on Tuesday at Notre Dame Prep. Thanks for watching.